Alrighty, now that I've got my tortillas into my springform pan, I am just coming in with my smooth refried beans. And I'm just gonna start putting this down in here in a thin layer. All right, now we're coming in with our cooked ground beef. You could use chicken in this or whichever kind of flavors you like. I was just feeling a nice lean ground beef. This was 90% lean. Yummy. All right, now we're gonna put some taco seasoning on here. Now I just season my meat with salt and pepper when it's in the frying pan because, you know, sometimes I'm cooking about 2 pounds of meat at one time and I'm not gonna use it all for one dish. So this works perfectly well to season it in your dish like this. All right, now I've got some fajita vegetables and I am just kind of layering these in. Of course, you can cook them ahead of time if you want. We made fajitas the other night and we had a little bit left over because one of our guests canceled at the last minute. So I'm just using these for this. Now I'm coming in with some paste picani. Oop, I'm using medium. That was a little drippier than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm just gonna not apply too much, but I'm gonna spread it out with my spatula. Use your favorite salsa though. If you only like mild, just use mild. I just like a little bit of spice and heat, so I usually go for the medium. Speaking of, I'm gonna do some mild diced organic chilies, the Hatch chilies. Y'all, if you ever get a chance to get them at the time of year when they have them in the summer, when they fresh roast them and stuff, wow, they are delicious, life-changing, but this is almost as good. Now I'm coming in with my Fiesta style Mexican blend. And this is, you know, the blend of Monterey Jack, mild cheddar, queso quesadilla, and asadero cheeses. And we're just gonna put in a little layer of that. Look how good this is looking. Y'all, if you got kids that are picky eaters, this is gonna be a favorite of theirs. Now I'm gonna put another tortilla right here. All right, now I did just stick my beans into the oven because I wanted to just get them a little bit warm and heat it up so they'd be easier to spread. And that's a little trick. You can't put them in the microwave because the metal of the can, but you can just pop that can into your oven for about 1 minute. All right, and now see, look how good these are spreading. Oh my goodness. And y'all, if you love refried beans, I have got an amazing bean dip recipe that I'll be sharing soon, and y'all are going to love it. All right, now I'm just coming in with a little bit more of that ground beef. Like I said, I like to use it 90% lean. You could also use a ground turkey in here. That would be super great, a little bit lighter, a little bit less fat, even though this is 90% lean. Yeah, turkey, a little bit heart healthier, but we're going full flavor tonight with the ground beef. Now I'm just gonna pop in a little bit more of my taco seasoning. And I know what you're thinking, this layer looks just like the other one, but I am gonna change it up just a little bit because we're running out of space here in our springform pan. You could always push it down. All right, I'm gonna put in a little bit more of that paste picani. Perfect. You know, many years ago, I lived in Los Angeles, and the first commercial that I ever auditioned for was a paste picani commercial. And it's funny because, you know, I have had people comment on my page. They've Googled me and said, well, you're a failed actress. And it's like, guys, I don't know. If you even did one thing, I don't think you failed. If you chased your dream, how could that be a failure? All right, and we're gonna pop in a little bit more of our Mexican style blend. I also just love the queso quesadillo. Sometimes I just get that one by itself because I love making quesadillas. I feel like it's so filling, such a good, just easy snack. I usually have Marty make them for me. It's basically like the grilled cheese of Mexico. Alrighty, we're gonna pop one more tortilla on top here, and then I'm gonna fold these in. Oh my goodness, y'all. We stuffed this pretty full, and I didn't get these quite even, but I think they're looking pretty good. All right, we're just gonna take some melted butter here, and I'm just gonna brush this on the top so these beautiful tortillas are just gonna crisp all the way up. They're gonna seal in here and be absolutely delicious. Y'all, this is like, reminds me of one of my favorite things to get from Taco Bell, the Crunchwrap Supreme. You could put chips in here if you wanted. And you know what the fun thing is? You can make this at home. The kids will love it. I think it's gonna be a favorite for everyone in your family. Alrighty, I'm just gonna pop this in the oven for about 20 minutes at 350. Alrighty, y'all. We had our little crunch wrap here, cooking in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. I'm just gonna open our springform pan. Wow. Look at that. Oh my God, it's like a giant version of the one they have at Taco Bell, but with more natural, real ingredients, and I think this is gonna be so tasty. I've got a serrated knife here. Ooh, oh my goodness. This is looking so good. I can't wait to bite into this tasty, cheesy deliciousness. Let me get my pie knife underneath here. Look at that. Wow. Y'all, I think your kids would love this. This is a crowd pleaser from kids to grandma. I had to get a fork because I forgot. Look at these delicious layers in there. And look at them in here. Oh my God, doesn't that look delicious? So tasty. You can put whatever ingredients you wanted. If you wanted to add some corn or beans, you can just totally customize this. We got a lot of protein in here, some of that good fat. We got those Vegeta veggies. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I am excited. Y'all, this one's a winner. You gotta try it.